Hi everyone, welcome to yoga. My name's Karissa. Today we have a 25-minute class focused on power and on stability. We'll get started in child's pose. In child's pose, come onto your hands and your knees. Sink your hips toward your mat, reach your fingertips toward the top of your mat. And if it's comfortable for you, you can rest your forehead right there on your mat. We'll take these first few moments to simply come into our physical bodies. Notice what you notice in your body without judgment. Simply take note and take stock of where you might be holding tension, or if there's anywhere in your physical body that you need to take care of today. Make a note of that right now. And turn on your breath. Take a big, deep breath into the back side of your lungs. And let that air go. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Stay for your exhale. And meet me in downward facing dog. Move through tabletop position, stack your joints, wrists directly under shoulders, and then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. It's early in our practice today, so move in any way that feels good. You might pedal out through your heels. You might shift your weight from side to side. No matter what, reach that tailbone toward the ceiling, and that might mean bringing a bend in your knees. That's great. And drop your head all the way down. Look at the back edge of your mat. Find stillness in your downward facing dog for 3 breaths. One more. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Step to the top of your mat, Ragdoll. In Ragdoll, we split our feet wide, hinge forward at your hips, drop your head all the way down. You might grab opposite elbows in a bind or sway from side to side, whatever feels nice today. Take these moments to get present in your physical body. Whatever you've done already today or whatever you have to do later today can wait. We are going to be present in this moment for the next 25 minutes. Take one more big, deep breath in. Exhale. Release your bind. Walk your feet closer together. 2 inches apart is great. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend the crown of your head to the front of your space. Exhale, forward fold, drop your head. Press down, rise up, extended mountain pose, reach your fingers overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, drop your head. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step back. High to low plank. Those knees can be up or down. Upward facing dog, open your chest. Downward facing dog, reach your hips toward the ceiling for 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, we are going to move through 3 rounds of a variation of a sun salutation. We'll start with chair pose. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips low, reach your fingertips toward the ceiling. we are going to fire up in our quads, turn those palms to face one another, and press down through the center line of both heels. We have 3 breaths. Good, engage through your core. Drop those hips 1 inch lower. Good, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step or jump back. High to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, warrior 1 on the right. Lift your right foot toward the ceiling. Step it through between your hands. Warrior 1. In our warrior 1, our front foot is flat at 12 o'clock. Our back foot is flat at about a 45-degree angle. Sink into your front lunge. Square your hips toward the front of your space and reach your fingertips overhead. Good. We want balanced action in both feet. We're pressing down and forward as much as we're pressing down and back. Sink your hips 1 inch lower, 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more. Inhale, you might look up. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. High to low plank, hug those elbows in toward your ribs. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, beautiful job. Opposite side, warrior 1 on the left. Step your left foot through between your hands. Warrior 1. In our warrior 1, we want to sink our hips low. Our front knee tracks toward our front pinky toe. Turn your palms to face one another. We have 2 breaths. One more. Inhale, you might look up. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. Great work, everyone. And you can always skip chaturanga and go straight to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We have 3 breaths. And know that any time that we're in downward facing dog, you might also find child's pose. 2 breaths. Grab some water. Towel off. We have 2 more variations just like that. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose, sink your hips low, 1 big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, plant your hands, step or jump back. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We've been here before. Right foot, warrior 1. Step, plant, rise up. 1 big breath in. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. High to low. Upward facing. Downward facing dog, opposite side. Warrior 1 on the left. Step, plant, rise. Big breath in. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. Good. 1 more big breath in. Downward facing dog. Last one. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Lowest one yet. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog or child's pose. We have 3 breaths. Great work, everyone. Now that we're nice and warm, it's time for us to move toward some balanced poses. From downward facing dog, we'll bend our knees, look to our hands, and step or jump to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose, press down, rise up. And meet me in a standing position. We have a couple of standing poses today. First up is going to be standing leg raise. We'll start on the right. Press down in your standing left foot and lift your right knee up toward your chest. When you're ready, we'll open that hip toward the front of our space and extend our opposite hand out to a T. You might take your foot in this standing pose if this is a pose or a posture that you're working on. Or if you're looking for ease today, you might simply grab your knee. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, extend that lifted leg out in front of you. Reach your fingertips overhead. Lift that leg 1 inch higher. Inhale. Exhale, airplane. In our airplane, we open our chest toward the front of our space and extend that right leg out behind us. This is a chest opening pose, so lift your chest, lift your gaze. Our gaze is down, yes, but forward. Flex or point your lifted toes. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, drop both hands down, half moon. In our half moon, we stack our hips one on top of the other. Plant down in your left hand, and you might bring a block or some other prop under that left hand. And extend your right fingertips toward the ceiling. This is a challenging balance pose, and know that when you fall, you come right on back. And if you're wobbly in your ankle like I am, that means you're building strength. 2 more breaths to play in your half moon, and that really is what this is about. Experiment with your body today. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Bound toe pose, split your feet wide. And with your peace fingers, your first and second, grab those big toes, or if you're wearing socks, simply tuck your fingertips under your toes. Drop your head all the way down and take this as an opportunity to reset. If your mind has left this space, take this as an opportunity to bring it right back, to be present in your body in this moment. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, release your toes. Toe, heel your feet back together or 2 inches apart. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain pose, press down, rise up. And we'll make our way to standing leg raise on the opposite side. Press down in your standing right foot and hug your left knee in toward your chest. Then open your hip to the front of our space. Reach your right fingertips out to a T. And if you'd like an added challenge today, you might take that left foot. When you fall, you come right on back. We have 3 more breaths to play in our standing leg raise. One more big breath in. Exhale, extend that standing leg out in front of you. Reach your fingertips overhead. One more big breath in. Airplane. Yeah, open your chest toward the front of your space. Flex or point your lifted toes. We don't want any floppy limbs. Hug your shoulder blades in toward one another and lift your chest. We have 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, half moon. Drop those hands to your mat. And when you're ready, stack your hips one on top of the other. Plant your right hand into your mat. Lift your left fingertips toward the ceiling. If you'd like, you can make your way to a wall and lean your back up against that wall. We have 2 more breaths to play in your half moon. This side might feel quite different, and that's just fine. One more big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Great work. Gorilla Asana. Slide those hands palm side up under your feet. A wide stance here is great. And drop your head all the way down. Again, use this as an opportunity to reset. What's in the past has already passed. All we can do is be present in this moment. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, release your bind, toe, heel your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain pose, press down, rise up. We have 1 more standing balance sequence today. We'll start in tree on the right. Plant down in your left foot and bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your standing left leg. That foot can be below the knee or above the knee, or you might even keep it down as a nice kickstand. We just want to avoid that knee joint. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center and find the full expression of this pose. You might reach your hands overhead, or you might grab your hands behind your back for some chest opening in your tree. We have 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Great work. Last one, tree on the left. Plant down in your standing right foot and bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your standing right leg. Adjust in any way that you need to adjust. And when you're ready, find your full expression. We have 3 breaths to play in your tree, and know that the great thing about these balance poses is that we fall out of them. Give yourselves an opportunity to fail and to try again. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, come on down. We are moving toward our final sequence, and we'll start with a Vinyasa flow. Extended mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High plank, plant your hands, step back. Lower to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We have 1 final flow, and we'll start with triangle pose. First, let's find warrior 2 feet. Reach your right foot toward the sky, then step it through between your hands. hands, warrior two. In warrior two, our front foot is flat at 12 o'clock. Our back foot is flat, parallel to the back edge of our mat. Reach your fingers in either direction and sink your hips low. Again, think balanced action. We want to be pressing down and forward in our front foot as much as we're pressing down and backward in our back foot, as if we're trying to stretch our mat between our feet. We have 3 breaths here. Find ease where you can in your upper body. Drop those shoulders away from your ears. 1 more big breath in. Reverse your warrior. Flip that front palm. Extend toward the back of your space. Yeah. See if you can maintain that front lunge as best as you can while finding a stretch through your side body. 2 breaths. 1 more big breath in. Triangle pose. Straighten that front leg. Bring your right hand to your right shin. Reach your left fingertips toward the ceiling. Ground down in both feet. And breathe. We have 3 long breaths. 2 more. 1 more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Rise up. Cartwheel those arms down and flow. Chaturanga. We'll move to the opposite side. Our last chaturanga of the day. Make it a good one. Hug those elbows in toward your ribs. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Opposite side. Warrior two on the left. Step your left foot through between your hands. Warrior two. Reach those arms in opposite directions. We have 4 breaths in our warrior two. Bring your gaze over your left middle finger and notice that your left knee tracks toward your left pinky toe. 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Flip your palm, reach toward the back of your space. Maintain that lunge, and you might bring your gaze to your back toes. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your left knee. Bring your left hand to your left shin. Triangle. We have 3 breaths in our triangle pose. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two, rise up, sink it low for 1 breath in. Chaturanga. Plant those hands, low plank, and let's lower all the way onto our bellies. We are moving toward our cool down. Let's find tabletop. And we'll walk through some cats and cows. On an inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, drop your belly down. Exhale, round through your back, press into your fingers, tuck your chin to your chest. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, good, exaggerate this movement, 1 more of each. Rise up. Round through your back. And meet me in a comfortable seated position on your mat. We'll end with some seated half moon stretches. Reach your fingertips overhead. Take your left wrist with your right hand and hinge toward your right side body, finding a nice deep stretch through your left side body. 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, opposite side. Reach up. Take your right wrist with your left hand. Hinge toward the left side.
Finding a nice deep stretch through your right side body. We have 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Last one. You might look up for full expression. And bring your hands to heart center. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me for this powerful flow today. Namaste.